Article 329 and election dispute, I think you can expect question now also regarding election dispute. Okay, there are a lot of confusion regarding election dispute. What is an election dispute? An election is over. A candidate have won the election. The losing candidate, maybe, he will have some complaint. He will say that some rigging has happened, or some of the voters were not allowed to vote. These things can happen, no? Which he believes that if they were allowed to vote, because that winning candidate win by very less majority, means margin for 10 votes or 15 votes. So there will be, or there are some criteria now. When he, while giving nomination for that that constituency, he has not given the correct details regarding his educational qualification or his asset or his criminal offense, or if he has done. So anything can be a criteria to disqualify him. So he can be disputed. The losing candidate will file a petition against the winning candidate. That is actually what is called as election dispute. So there have been many election disputes have happened in India. So election dispute is between a winning candidate and a losing candidate. Okay. So the election disputes in case of both the House of Parliament and the state legislature can be challenged only. It's very important. Okay. Election dispute can be challenged only in the form of filing the election petition. Where? Before the High Court concerned. This is very, very, very important. So election dispute can be challenged in the form of an election petition, and it can be filed where? Only in the High Court concerned. Okay, try to understand. Every constituency, whether it is a Lok Sabha constituency or a assembly constituency, it will be located in a state. In that state will be associated with the High Court. Okay, so to that High Court only, you have to file an election petition. Okay, be very clear. Okay, so and the election petition, this is very important. Okay, so you can file the election petition only to the High Court concerned, and the election petition can be filed only after the completion of the polls and declaration of official result. Where it is mentioned? In the constitution itself. See, while election is going on, you cannot file a petition. Constitution clearly says that election petition can be filed only after the poll and after the declaration of result. So in order to avoid, otherwise everyone will complain, and it will be difficult for the election commission to conduct election on time. Okay, so if you have a dispute, you can file a petition to the High Court concerned, but only after the result is declared. So this is, so one important point. Okay, election commission enjoy many powers, but election commission does not enjoy the power to deal with election dispute. This is the most important point to note down. Who has the power to deal with election dispute? It is the High Court concerned. Then again, more details are coming. The High Court is prohibited for entertaining election petition at any stage before the announcement of official result. Okay, so High Court also prohibited to take up election petition before the announcement. After the election result only you have to take up, not before the result. So this is to ensure that the elections are held as scheduled and the democratic process is not derailed. Okay, so that the election commission can complete the election on schedule. Okay, now once for example, the High Court have taken up the petition and High Court made a judgment saying that okay, the winning candidate, he or she will be the winning candidate. This can be again appealed. You can go for appeal. Naturally, after the High Court, where you can go to the appeal? Supreme Court only. Okay, so the decision of the High Court is subject to the appellate jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. So, but directly you cannot approach the Supreme Court. First is go to the High Court concerned, and further if you want to appeal, you can go appeal to the Supreme Court. Now, Article 329, this is very, very, very important. We'll discuss. There is a prelims question also regarding. Okay, Article 329 again says one more thing, bans the court. Okay, there are certain area. Now only, see, judicial review is a very, very, very important weapon for judiciary. But there are some cases where judicial review is not applicable. This is one of these cases, and this is also a prelims question. Article 329 bans the courts, every court, from interfering in the delimitation exercise. What is this delimitation? I'll explain in detail. Okay, regarding, there is a important bodies there, what is called as Delimitation Commission or Delimitation Act. Since there is a question, I'll deal it separately. Okay, but remember that in delimitation is nothing but, okay, means after every census, okay, on a regular basis, the boundary of the constituency will be changed or based on to ensure proportional representation. See, one of the thing the election commission have to ensure is that every constituency in a state, whether it is assembly constituency or Lok Sabha, should have a proportional representation. Means the population of each constituency need to be similar. So in order to ensure proportional representation, after every census, the constituency, the boundary have to be changed. That process is what is called as delimitation. And for that, an important bodies will be created, what is called as Delimitation Commission. We'll discuss that. So, any act of delimitation cannot be challenged in the court. That is also mentioned in Article 329. So, normally when we say that, oh, is it possible that judiciary is prevented from doing some act? There are some provision, and this is one of that. So, that's also a prelims question. Okay, we'll discuss in detail. Everyone. Because, see, delimitation is actually a pure, see, there is nothing to challenge. Because otherwise, see, there are many ways people can challenge. If delimitation is allowed to challenge, that process will get affected. What actually it will be done by a neutral body. For example, I'll tell you, some political party may lose, see, there will be stronghold, you know, there is some region is stronghold. So in the delimitation process, the stronghold will be merged with some other constituency which is not a stronghold. So that will affect, so they will complain. Or sometimes what will happen, the caste equation will change, or the religious equation will change. And if everybody started going to challenge in the Supreme Court, how it will affect, na? So the constitution makers in the beginning itself, they know India, so they banned it. In the beginning itself, so till now, there is, even if there is, so it's a neutral decision, a neutral body taking a neutral decision, let it happen in that way only. Okay, so to avoid that only, this has been done. Now, the validity of any delimitation act cannot be called in question under any court. It's again been, clarity has been given. Then, no election dispute, coming back to election dispute. See, election dispute, okay. We are talking about, see, in between we discuss about delimitation, okay. We know what Article 321 is mainly dealing with election dispute, okay. So, no election dispute petition can be filed before any authority except in a manner prescribed by law. Now, election dispute petition, where it can be filed? In the High Court concerned, okay. In a manner, so how the election dispute petition has to be filed? It has to be in a manner prescribed by law. So, there is a provision, okay. So as per the law, so what is that law? Again, Representative of the People Act clearly explain how the election dispute petition have to be prescribed. Okay, so regarding how the election dispute petition can be filed to the High Court concerned is given in detail in the Representation of the People Act 1951. And regarding the Representation of the People Act regarding election dispute, it says that Representation of the People Act 1951 says that an election dispute petition relating to both the House of Parliament or to the state legislature can be filed only before the respective High Court after the declaration of official result. So that again, that law is also telling the same thing. Okay, you can only file it to the High Court concerned and only after the election result. Okay. Now we will see the 2012 question. Okay. So the Article 329 is mentioned in the second statement. See, Article 3 second statement, you read the second statement. This question is also very important, okay. See, you should see the pattern of question, okay. You should see the pattern of question and you should see the answer also, okay. I'll tell you, okay, because this will become a surprise for you when you write on the original prelims day. But you have to understand UPSC, UPSC answers, UPSC question. Read the second statement. It is within the purview of the Chief Election Commissioner to adjudicate the election dispute. That's a wrong statement. Blunder. Now you will not make mistake. Now you have seen a question also. No? It is whom? It is not the Chief Election Commissioner, it is the High Court concerned. So, which one you can eliminate? Only see, normally this never happens. You know one statement is wrong and you can eliminate only how many choices? Only one choice. So you eliminate over. Bad elimination only. Now, read the first statement. Union territories are not represented in the Rajya Sabha. What do you think? Union territories with legislative assembly, they are represented in the Rajya Sabha. Delhi, Puducherry, and now a new union territory, Jammu and Kashmir, is having state legislature. So, union territories which is having legislative assembly, they are represented in the Rajya Sabha. So, statement 1 is wrong. So, we can eliminate A and C. Answer becomes. So, in 3 statement question also, there can be none. That's another reason I have chosen this. You should not confuse, oh, 3 statement, I mean all the 3 statement is wrong. This is also possible. So, without reading the third statement, we got the answer. Now, what is wrong in the third statement? According to the Constitution of India, the Parliament consists of Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha only. Parliament consists of the President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. President is not a member of Parliament, okay? Because it is clearly said that, because why President is a part of the Parliament? See, it is how you interpret it. Your interpretation is very key, okay? President is not at all a member. Now, what is just think like this, how the importance of President comes. What is the importance of the Parliament? Or what the Parliament does? Make laws. That is the most important function. What this Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha will discuss the bill and pass it. After the passage of the bill in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, will it become an act? Only with the assent of the President only. Once the President gives assent only, that bill will become an act. So in that way, without the President, the law making will not be complete. Okay. So Constitution clearly says that, okay, when we start with the Parliament, it says that the Parliament consists of both the House of Parliament and the President. But he is not a member of the Parliament. Okay. In that way, you have to interpret it. Okay. Anyway, now this question, why I am dealing with this question is that, okay, see, one, I am showing you this keyword. Okay. Why this statement becomes wrong? Because it was mentioned only. If it was not only, it is not a wrong statement. It consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But when it said only, there is one more person that they missed it. Okay. So these words are very important. Okay. They are saying that, okay, they are not represented in the, so you have to be very careful when you read. So how UPSC make a wrong statement? How UPSC set a question, especially those who are writing prelims for the first time, or those who find difficult to qualify prelims. The reason is you have to know UPSC through questions, through their pattern, through how they asked, and what the trap they said. See, prelims is all about trap. Prelims is all about how you escape from that trap. Means you should not fall in that trap. It will take time, but do research on where? On the previous year questions of all the subjects, your qualified prelims. Research means you have to study it very thoroughly, that area. Okay, your half of the battle is won. If all the core subjects, if you have gone through the previous year questions, the pattern of the question and the area also. Okay, that's why I told you if you see, now you have to revise the importance of election dispute, Article 329. Okay, because that is being given, then we'll discuss regarding the powers of the election commission. Okay, which there are few more questions are there regarding election commission. We'll discuss that. Okay.